All right, welcome on in everyone to this episode of First CSP, the channel dedicated to bringing you the first council shoulder patch issued from each council in Scouting America, both past and present. Today we're going to take a look at Los Angeles Area 33 out of California. The council was originally formed in 1945 as a name change from Los Angeles Metropolitan Area Council and lasted up until 2015 when it merged with San Gabriel Valley to form Greater Los Angeles Area 33. Now, if we look at more recent collecting guides, we will find the first issue is the S1. However, if we go back to previous collecting guides, we will find that that S1 was actually broken into three variants, the S1A, B, and C. We do have all three to take a look at today, so let's head on over to the patch table to look at the first issues here for Los Angeles area. The first three, A, B, and C, are very, very similar and can be very difficult to discern from just the description alone because it's minor variations in what they consider the color of the border. So the S1A, which we have here on the table, has a bright gold border, blue sky, dark burnt orange BSA and letters. We have a gold fleur-de-lis, and all will share that same depiction, with really the only difference being the border. On the S1B, they listed as a dull gold border, and the S1C a yellow border. We do have those. We'll show comparisons here in a moment. Let's take a look at the back. Our S1A does happen to have a plastic back. So we believe that to be the first issue S1A with the bright gold border. Then we come along with the S1B. The S1B is listed to have a dull gold border. The rest of the description is going to be the same as far as the blue sky, dark burnt orange BSA and lettering, and a gold fleur-de-lis. The S1B that we have here happens to be just cloth backed. Now, while the description only focuses a difference on the border color, and let me put the S1A back up here at the top, we can see that the S1A does certainly have a brighter border. So this is our bright gold, this is our dull gold. You can tell a difference if you do have them to compare side by side and say the thickness of the city skyline, much thicker on the S1A than it is on the S1B. You're going to find that the blue background looks just a bit more dull on the S1B, although that's not mentioned. The shaping of the fleur-de-lis is considerably different. This is a lot more pointy on the S1B. I will say that if I was looking at these and just guessing between the two, I would think that this would be an earlier issue because of the more kind of rough style of sewing. This looks more machined and looks more updated, but as far as the descriptions, they would peg this one as the S1A and this one as the S1B. For the S1C, which we'll take a look at here in a second, it has a yellow border and most specifically is noted for more rounded corners than the S1A. So I guess they're trying to make the differentiation because the C will also have a brighter style border when you're looking at bright gold on the S1A and yellow, which is also going to appear lighter than, say, the dull. So let's take a look here at the S1C. You will find that it does look a bit more rounded, notably, for the S1C. Again, the rest is the same. We've got a yellow border, but we're told we have a blue sky, dark burnt orange BSA and lettering, yellow fleur-de-lis, and just the shape being a bit more round is what they're designating there to be an identifiable characteristic for the S1C. I'm going to get the original S1A up here at the top. So we've got the C at the bottom and the A at the top. Again, the style for the stitching, again, looks a bit more rough here on the C. I wonder if these were done by different manufacturers just because the background stitching here style looks so different to me. And then if you look at the coloration, we'll put up the B on there as well. These can be kind of tricky to identify if you don't have them all together. Here you will also find on the C, it's a bit thinner where the bar crosses on the fleur-de-lis as kind of a defining characteristic. Again, this is a bit rounder. You will find that the text here looks bolder in the S1A. Looks just like a thinner font for the lettering on the S1C. And those are the first three. After this, they produced the TA2. We're going to Summer Camp 1978, completely different patch. We don't happen to have that in our collection. They also produced an SA2:1, which is for the USA contingent from Los Angeles Council to the Japanese National Jamboree in 1978. Again, a completely different patch. We do not happen to have that. Then afterwards, they produced the T3, and it really is the same style. We happen to have two of them with different backgrounds, so different production runs. But these are T3s that are depicting the same imagery as the S1s. It just happens to be with a twill background as opposed to a completely embroidered background. So making it a T patch instead of a solidly sewn or solidly embroidered S patch. First one here is a cloth gauze back, which by manufacturer style almost looks older than the S1s. And then we've got kind of the older style jelly plastic back on this. These would both be T3s. They were never designated into like T3A, B, any of that. So these are all just T3s. You do notice a difference in the coloration. You get a darker blue here on the plastic back. You get a much lighter pale blue on the gauze cloth back. Slight differences obviously in the text. Colors are fairly similar between the two. But those are the first issues for Los Angeles Area Council number 33 out of California. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode and found it informative. If there's any councils that you'd like to see, we are again producing the next round of videos to keep everyone up to date. If there's something you'd like to see cross the wire, drop it in the comments. I'd be happy to get it in the queue and out for you so you can see that first issue. New episodes out every single day. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Hope to see you then. Till then, thank you for tuning in today, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.